What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Submission Fishing Live. I'm your host, Muto. We're all here to get our black belts in fishing. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Thursday. Almost there, guys. Couple more days till the weekend. What's everybody been up to? I know I've been doing lots of fishing this week. More than usual, that's for sure. Usually I reserve it for the weekends, but I've been out there hitting it hard. But I do it for you guys. It's for science. I'm forced to. Let's see who we got in the house. Ooh, Cal Cave Dog. What's going on, man? Welcome. First again. Reclaimed his title. Saltwater Slayer. What's going on? Welcome. Doug Ruben El Sueño. What's going on, Doug? Like, can have you. Crass Queen. What's going on? Oos. Cool fishing with you today. That was awesome. Big Water Yak Fishing. Aaron, what's going on? Oos. Jessica. Oos. Mark G. Oos. What's going on, dude? Glad you're here. Big Water says I'm going to be driving most of the show, but I'm listening. Thank you, dude. SD Fisherman. Yo, what's going on, man? Glad you could join us. TV Metal Art. What's going on? Oos. I'm not going to read the rest of that. This is a children's show, Todd. Just kidding. Where did you get that? You've been hanging out with Eric too long. Eric the Judge. You guys get that potty mouth. Graham, what's going on? Oos. Glad you can make it. Leonard, what's going on? Glad you're here. Oos, Leonard, Captain Dan in the house. North County represent. That's right, baby. Carlsbad in the house. Oos. Peter 86, what's going on? Welcome. Unicorn Theory. Welcome to the show. Izzy, DLC. Oos, welcome. Salty Dangler. Oos. Itzel Balls. Oos, welcome. Scooby Doo 20. Oos. Spinning Rod Rebel. Marvin, what's going on? One. Gasashimasu. Unagashi Simashu. I don't know what that is. Is that a move? It sounds like a judo move.
Tell Captain Dan.
To be honest with you. Jessica says she's craving your pizza. Captain Dan. I think she's got those pregnancy cravings.
With pineapple.
With pineapple, she said, though. So that's the only caveats. I'll let you guys hash that out. That's her only request. Captain Dan pizzas. Big Water Yak. I'm on my way to pick up something up.
Unagashi Masu means
I'm on my way to pick something up that's going to make your life a lot easier.
Please do your best. That's what it means.
What does it mean?
Please do your best. It has a variety of translations.
I feel like I've heard that in anime before.
It means a lot of different things.
It's a year. Years the full of pronunciation. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's the full pronunciation of oos.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Please do your best.
Dude, that's awesome. Please do your best. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like that's similar. Dude, that's great. Cass Queen, congrats to you guys. Oh yeah, you didn't know Jessica was pregnant. Yeah, we should have told you on the boat. We went fishing with Cass Queen today. We hit up the Daily Double. Went out with Aaron Kruger. Cass Queen was out there. Jessica went with us. So it was just the four of us. Went and hit a half day. It was pretty cool. Left out of was that Point Loma Sport Fishing. And the cool thing is we don't have to go so far to do that, but we'll get into that. We'll talk about that. Rear Naked Oos, fresh one. What's going on? Welcome. See if I missed anybody else. Let's see. Salty Dinger question. Favorite anime? Oh, dude, there's so many great ones. It's a fishing show, though. I'd say maybe Berserk, or I like Neon Genesis as a classic. Attack on Titan's pretty good. Death Note's pretty awesome. There's so many great ones, but yeah. Baby Muto's on the way. Yes, she is. She's almost halfway there, right? What are you, like 4 months? 4 months.
I got like 6.
The first one. We're going to be like old. I'll be 40 by the time she's born. We're going to be like those old ass parents, that they're like
80 and a kid.
Yeah.
Like 18.
When she's 20, I'm going to be like 60 years old. It's going to be pretty harsh. It'll be fun, though. Same question as Salty. Hopefully I answered that. I don't know. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of anime. So let's see.
Did you mention Death Note?
I did say Death Note. Death Note's good.
Okay.
But yeah, doing lots of fishing. Got out 3 times this week so far. So it was pretty cool. What I'm going to do today is we're going to go over some of like the one thing is when I catch fish, I took a lot of pictures. So every time I caught a picture of a fish, I'm able to go back and look at like the times and stuff like that. So we're going to pull up some charts and then we're going to go over kind of where the catches were. We're going to mark them down and see kind of see if there's any correlation, between tides and stuff like that, and see if there's any. See if we can find a pattern, as Brian would say, to getting onto the fish. Let's see. News. No news today, really. I was looking and didn't see any news stories, so I guess that's a good thing. Um, Nothing noteworthy that I saw really in for the San Diego area. So uh, nobody's getting fined for the MPAs. Nobody's finding boat full of drugs out there. Nobody's helping sinking ships. There was some good stories this year or last year though, but nothing so far. Let's see. We got a couple Instagram questions. Get these out. Aaron says, "Where's the boat at?" I don't know, man. Been waiting on this boat. It'll be a year in March. They're telling me March. We'll see. It's one of those things. It's like I almost don't even think it's real anymore. The freaking boat, man. We've been waiting so long for this thing. First, it was supposed to be right. They're like, oh, before Thanksgiving, and then it was before the year's end. Then we talked to them like almost at December, and they're like March. I hope so. Hopefully, it's March. That'd be pretty cool. I want to get out there. I won't have to hop on these big charters. Although the charters are cool though too, because you can only fit so many people on a personal boat. The charters are still great when you're going on trips and you're trying to get a bunch of people. They definitely have their place, and I've been on, gosh, tons and tons and tons of charter boats. But it's definitely nice to go out there and just do my own thing, get my own pace. Peter says, my girl's due in May. My wife will be 39 in February. Close to you guys. Yeah, we're 38, 39. We'll be 40 and 39 by the time she's born. We're doing July, 7-11, Slurpee baby. It'll be pretty cool.
Did you see somebody said they were doing an 18-day trip?
Who's doing it? Oh, it's a balls. I just got done with an 18-day trip on the RP. Dude, that's crazy. How was it? I've seen those trips. I was just looking at one, and one was like 6 days or 15 days. That's crazy, dude. I love fishing, hardcore. I don't know. I don't know if I can pull off a 18-day. I guess if you had comfortable enough bunks, stuff like that. But like the overnights I've done, those boats, you're in a cramped little bunk, man. It is pretty rickety. Every time I try to sleep, you just get rolled around. But if it's just like a day or two, it's not that big of a deal. But 18 days, I feel like that'd have to be a pretty comfortable boat. I guess if you're catching, it's not so bad either. So tell me how that is, man. That's cool. I've heard about people doing it for sure, and I've always thought that was pretty hardcore. You guys, that's next level fisherman right there, man. I guess if you're slaying it, that'd be awesome. But even 18 days of slaying it, dude, that is a lot. That's a lot of fishing, dude, in a row. That is a lot of fishing. That's awesome. Your boat is in Long Beach. That's what they heard. First, it was like the motor there. Yeah, the motor's in Long Beach, but then I don't think the motor. I don't even think they had the boat. My impression was that like they had it and they were waiting on the motor, but I don't even think they've taken delivery of the boat. To be honest with you, crazy. Let's see what else we got in here. Chum the line, the cattle boats. Danny, right? Piss them off, dude. Is there anything the cattle boats hate more than when you roll up in your chum line when you're like, because that's happened. I've been on a ton of those boats where they're out there chumming and then you're getting on the yellowtail and then you always see the little private boats come swooping up. It's pretty funny. And the captain gets all crazy, gets all pissed off at everybody. Nah, we'll find our own fish. We'll be real. We'll be real boaters. Sea Samurai, Kevin, what's going on, dude? Glad you can join us. Sea Samurai in the house. You guys want some fishing knowledge? Hit him up. Hit him up in the chat. What you got? 18 tuna from 160 to 80 pounds. Couple wahoo and some grouper. Dude, that's pretty good. What do you do with 18 tuna though? I mean, do you keep them all, or do you start throwing some back at some point? Or that's a lot of fish. We got a bluefin from earlier this year, and I still have tons in the freezer. I feel like I didn't even take that much fish last year, but I've still got some halibut. I've still got ahi. I've got tons of bonito. I've got tons of bluefin. I've still got rockfish in there. And we've eaten a lot of fish, and I eat a ton of fish, and I feel like I've got a ton in the freezer. So it's like that's why I've been throwing a lot of it back. We took some today. Did take some of the sand bass home that we caught, but yeah, man, I'm freaking. That's a lot, dude. 18 tuna for sure.
Fresh ones that serve.
But even still, that's like a tuna a day. That's pretty good. If you did an 18-day trip and you came back with 18 tuna and the wahoo. Wahoo are awesome. Never caught one of those. Never caught a grouper either. That'll be on the list. Although when I go out to Florida, I want to catch some of those big ass grouper.
Fresh fresh one says his baby's birthday is 7-Eleven.
Fresh one. That's my baby's birthday, and we did call her Slurpee Baby. That's funny. That's her due date. We'll see. What do they say? It's only like 20% of the time they're on the due date. So, where's the fish tacos from today? We didn't make them today. Tomorrow, Kevin, I'm gonna cook them up. Yeah, we didn't have time today, man. It's been busy. We just got off the boat, ran home. Jessica had to go coach. She does coaches does like a weightlifting class at the jiu-jitsu gym. Yeah, we just ordered. We went to In-N-Out, got some of the keto burgers.
So
Me and the pots go to this. What's your sandbass recipe? I've never eaten one.
Make a video of that.
I should make a video. Yeah, I could. I just fry them up usually, dude.
Fry them in what?
Fry them in butter or ghee pretty quick, especially if the fillets aren't that thick. I'd keep it simple. Obviously, like I don't eat carbs. I've done the keto thing for years now. Normally, like if you bread it, just bread it. It's the bomb. If you bread any fish, you can just throw flour, a little salt, and just some spices. Dip it in egg real quick. You do an egg wash. Dip it in the flour. Egg wash again. Back in the flour. Dude, it's so good. You pretty much do any fish like that. As far as like rockfish or bass go, that's the way to do it. Good stuff. Yeah, we'll get on it. My dad owned a 7-Eleven. Dude, we were talking about that. That'd be pretty awesome. This place is like never go out of style. All right, let's see what else we do here. We got some polls, guys. Let's go over some of the polls we had. It's interesting in this one. We had this was the Shimano poll that we had. Shimano's creeping up. This was what was your favorite reel manufacturer? This one's a month old. We had 65 votes. Daiwa was running away with it. If you guys remember that, Daiwa was crushing it, but it's only 4 points behind Shimano now. So Shimano crew kept up. Penn still at 15. Oh, look at somebody gave Abu Garcia some love finally. We had which slow death jig are you gonna catch more spotties on the spotty bowl? Sumo was 33%, and the assassin was 67%. Don't sleep on the sumo guys. And this was the most recent one. This is what I want to talk about. This one was from 2 days ago. So we had 60 votes already on 2 days. Is do you sharpen your fishing hooks? And the reason I brought this up was because Zach, if you guys know Zach Riggs, he fishes with us a lot. He's in the MMFC group. And apparently he kept losing. He said he kept losing spotties, like they were coming up. And he said they were like jumping off of his hook or coming off his A rig. He'd get them close, and he said he'd actually like see them fall off. I thought maybe he was getting short bit, and then they were coming off the tail. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But he said he was actually seeing them like come up to the boat and then fall off of the hook. And I don't know if his A rig was old or not. And that's what we got on the topic of sharpening hooks. And I personally have never sharpened hooks before, because normally, I lose them or I just get new ones. So that's why I want to do the poll. And I think most of you guys would agree. So we've got yes, often, 2%. So out of 60 people, 11% said sometimes. 50% said never. I think it's in my group. I just replaced the hooks 21%, and I lose my tackle before it needs sharpening 18%. Although I do believe these three all kind of go hand in hand, right? Like if you're doing these, it's usually never. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting poll. So almost nobody sharpens hooks, which makes sense. If you're doing like circle hooks and stuff like that. The only thing I can think of though is if you're fishing like an underspin, a cool baits or something like that. Like the hook is affixed to it. I imagine you're going to want to keep using that. That's a situation where I could see, and you don't lose those very often because the way the hook is, they're pointed up on the body, and they don't tend to snag so much or get stuck in the structure. So I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised more people don't, sharpen those hooks because those things last a long time. And I think that's what he had on his A rig. Zach had a whole A rig full of the cool baits, and they were falling off. So he was going to go sharpen them. I just thought that was interesting. Some food for thought. But yeah, nobody's out there footing the file of those things. So I'm not the only one. Although I thought it was surprising. I got to fish more underspins and stuff like that, to be honest with you. That's not my it's not my forte. I just got to give it more time. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like I tried a couple times, I didn't get bit. Although I have got bit on them since as I've tried them more, but they do slay, man. I see people crushing on those things. I just got to go out there and actually do it. Let's see. We got some catch up on the chat here. Question for Kevin. So, see Samurai. What is meant by walled off bait? What's it look like on the sonar? Kevin's answer. Moving around the perimeter will create a wall when they tighten up in schools. Cool. Is really only on the edge if they have a predator chasing them around. That's good stuff, guys. Dang, you guys hate the Abu Garcia, right? That's what I was talking about, man. They had no love whatsoever in that poll. Savage gear wasn't listed as an option. That's true. Maybe I'll put that one in the next one. But I can only have 5. The poll only lets me do 5 things, so I'm kind of limited. Maybe on the next poll, we'll dump Abu Garcia. And you know what? I think it was Jessica actually voted for Abu Garcia because she felt bad for him. Didn't she?
That's right, yeah.
She did. So Abu Garcia actually got 0 votes.
I don't even know what that is.
They got 0 votes. She said she doesn't even know what that is. So Abu Garcia had 0 votes. I forgot. She did. She threw him a bone and gave him the pity like. So we should have replaced that. We're gonna have to replace that with the Savage gear. We'll see if we got any Savage gear lovers up there. This is favorite reel manufacturer. So who's got the favorite? Who in here's favorite reel is the Savage gear? I want to see that. Team Daiwa. Yeah, I like Daiwas. I like them all. I've got pretty much everybody. Although, what's funny is I own Akuma, I own Shimano, I own Daiwa, I own Penn. I don't own any Abu Garcia. I don't know why. That's seems weird. Like I should go get one. Maybe I got to go get one. I got to get a Savage gear too. Put him through the ringer. Me and Aaron Kruger were talking about all the different reels and stuff, like the 13 fishing, Savage gear. We were like going through the list, which ones we fished and which one we didn't like. It was good stuff. Let me catch up here. They all have their good reels. Yeah, I agree. Brian likes to fish in the house. What's going on, Brian? Welcome. You guys want to see more Brian likes to fish? Check out Fishy Hour on Wednesdays. Fishy. They still call it Bay Fishing Roman and Brian on Wednesdays. Salty Dangler says, I'll sharpen the jigs on an A-rig. Don't lose them very often. Good stuff. That's $60 worth of tackle. What's that? The Cool Baits A-rig? Yeah, dude, that's no joke. I go to Shimano Casting and Daiwa Shimano Spinning.
Yeah, you need Kevin to give me one for free to rep.
Yeah, you need to give me one to rep, Kevin. We'll give it the test. I was asking Friday slow pitch, the Savage gear slow pitch, and Aaron Kruger was saying you guys made one of those. I'll have to check those out. Good stuff. Let's see here. Anybody else coming in? Just Brian.
The number is endless.
Doesn't Afrin Warbaits use Abu? They can't be that bad. I'm not sure if he does or not. I think the Abu's fine. I think if you go with any of the brand, I honestly haven't heard any negative things towards Abu Garcia. To be honest with you, it's nobody's favorite, is from what I can tell. Shimano and Daiwa pretty much got that locked up. Everybody loves those things for sure. I'm sure the Abu Garcia is fine. I actually did like when I went down one of those rabbit holes. You know what I mean? Where like the Wikipedia rabbit holes one time where I was looking up like real manufacturers, and I went down the whole thing of like Abu Garcia and how they were like Abu and they were made in Europe. Weren't they like Spain or something? And then they got bought out. It was crazy. They got a pretty crazy history for sure. Cave Dog says Afron only used Abu because he was a rep. Now he isn't working for them anymore. He's been using different brands. Ooh, kick to the curb.
Mr. Majors, for a price.
You got to do what you got to do.
Did you see what Brian said?
No, what did Brian say?
He's going to be fishing a submission fishing bait first time this weekend.
Looking forward to fishing Mission Bay. This week can be my first time throwing submission fishing bait. Go get it, Brian. Oh, yeah, that was the other Instagram question. I wasn't even doing the Instagram stuff. Who was it? Eric wanted to know Spotty Bull. If you guys check it out, Spotty Bull Instagram wanted to know what was going to be the largest fish caught on submission fishing jig tonight. So they're out there fishing. A couple guys out there getting after it right now. I would say if you guys go to the bait barge and somebody throws a 60 gram, I think we're going to see an 18-inch sand bass. Question, Luis Mendoza. Hi, which one of your lures do you recommend for rockfish? I would say either the 130 or the 220 gram javelin jig. We fished those out today at about 100 feet of water, and we crushed some giant sand bass on those things. We used the 130 specifically. If you guys check out the Instagram, we got some videos on there. We went out there and freaking slayed it. And not slayed it. It was a slow day. I mean, it's February. I mean, January. It's the end of January. I keep saying it's February, but it's still the middle of winter. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. So the fishing's rough, but yeah, we were still able to get on them. Brian and A rig full of slow pitch. Dude, we've talked about that for sure. And we went over the logistics. We figured out it wasn't going to work. It probably wasn't going to be a good idea. Cass Queen's got the submission fishing bag. Going to get some on G Street. Hell yeah, guys. Post them up. Show them on that Insta. Let everybody know how we crush it. Good stuff, guys.
Louis Mendoza had a question. Oh, you
is that the one I just answered? Yeah.
Yeah, just kidding.
All right, guys. Let's see what else we got here on the agenda. We went over the fishing hooks.
Doug asked how many rods and reels you have.
Doug, how many rods and reels do I have?
I said it's
endless. No, wait. Listen, I've got a lot of rods and reels. I don't have nearly as much as some of these guys on here. I can guarantee you that. If you guys have ever seen Brian Likes to Fish's garage, like just pictures of it, dude, there was like Sea Samurais too. I bet I'd like to see who's got more rods. Kevin, the Sea Samurai. We should do. That's what I should do a poll. That'll be my next YouTube poll. Who has more rods, Sea Samurai or Brian Likes to Fish? I've seen pictures of both of those garages or some that they were trying to sell. Although I know Kevin sold a lot of his stuff, so he might not have as many, but they literally probably have hundreds. I've got like maybe 20 or so. I'm not even in the same ballpark as these dudes. Reels too. And then I got like one reel for each. I don't have like a bunch of reels hanging out either. Everything I have is pretty specific. Like I've got a specific reel to a specific rod sort of thing. Yeah.
I only have one.
Brian takes more rods on his boat for an outing than I have. That's true, man. Brian's no joke. Coach. Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about Coach. That's gonna be the next poll. Who else do you guys think has lots of rods? I'll put them in the poll too. But then, how am I supposed to know? They're gonna have to actually count them for us. So if you guys are in, but we're gonna need their cooperation because otherwise I won't know. It'll just be a guess. Maybe we'll do the poll and then they can tell me how much they have, and then we'll reveal it live on the next show. That'd be pretty funny, I think. Zachary Riggs, what's going on, man? Oos, welcome. Making dinner, then I'll chat. Yeah, dude, we were just talking about if the sharpening hooks. We're wondering if you let me know if you ever sharpen those. And we were talking about how you were losing some fish on the A rig, possibly to unsharpened hooks. So, and you said you were going to sharpen them. So, I was interested if you actually got around to sharpening them or what the skinny was on that. Brian says he's been doing it for a long time. See, Sunrise says lots. Yeah, I agree. Coach is probably in that running too. If I had a boat, I'd triple my rods. Yeah, I mean, I'm on a kayak. I'll take out 7 rods, no problemo. Boat, it's going to be like 15 rods. I don't know, 15. That might be overkill. I don't know what I could do with 50 rods. I counted a while back. I had 67. You're not supposed to give up the number.
Brian's like, dang, that's it.
See, Brian ain't having it. He already knows. Brian's already the winner. And 25 blanks. Do the blanks count? Zach said that I've never sharpened them yet. My goal is to figure out this weekend. Okay, cool. Yeah, let us know how that goes. I'm really interested to see if the hook sharpening actually works. I'm sure it'll work. I shouldn't say that. I have no doubt it'll actually work, but somebody that actually sharpened and then I guess saw it through and then caught fish. Let's see. Oh, it was Yochinator. Yochinator's not in the house. I wanted to give him a special shout out. He actually caught a legal halibut. He's in the chat a lot of guys. So if you guys see him in here, give him a shout out. We had the halibut show last week. So if you guys watched the last week's show, we did like the halibut deep dive, went over some tips and stuff like that. And he went out with us Saturday. We had like a group outing. Him and Mark G and Oscar, they pulled out, launched out of Kellogg, and then went out to Zuniga and like the bait barge area, and apparently he was slaying at the bait barge with some of the slow death jigs, but then he went out and he caught a legal halibut, dude. So that was super awesome. And apparently it was his first. Mark asked him, so he caught his first legal. So applause to you, round of applause, dude. That's awesome. I love seeing it, especially when we just been talking about it and you go out there and do it. I love seeing that. I think he got it on. I think it was an underspin. I think it was like a cool baits with a Kalen's. Yeah, I'm not sure on if it was an underspin or not. I know it was definitely a Kalen's grub. It was definitely something we had recommended. I don't know why they love just halibut love those curly tails, man. At least in my experience. And then he got illegal too out there. It was pretty slow, and he snagged one. I think it was like 23, 24 inches. So good job, young dude. That's awesome. Love seeing that, especially when we just gone over something like that. And you go out there and put the application to work. It's so cool, dude. Down in SD, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. I thought I saw a question pop up in here. Mark G question: how many new rods is Muto going to buy after his new boat arrives? I don't know. I think I'm good on rods because I go out on boats a lot. I do so many. Like last year, gosh, I don't even know how many freaking charters I did, but it was a lot. So I'm pretty good on rods. I don't know if I need any. Maybe like a trolling setup. That's the only thing I could think of that I don't really have that I use. Got to run, got to go eat. Later, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by, man. Talk to you later. Good stuff. Yeah. Slowly getting my arsenal rods. Don't really need a lot. Casting, spinning for all techniques. Yeah. You don't really need it. The only reason I have a lot is because I don't like re-rigging stuff, and I like having a rod for specific things. You could, if you've got time, or if you're down to tie lures and stuff, you don't need like that many rods. But even like if I'm fishing micro jigging, I'll have one for two different styles when you can easily just switch it out relatively quickly, even if you have a clip. But even at that, like I'll have two just dedicated so I can switch them out. Sometimes if you break one off, or like if you're in spotty bowl too, here's a spotty bowl tip for you guys. Even carry the same rod type with like the same bait. You don't even have to have a different bait on it. If there's something that you want to fish, or something that's like your favorite or your go-to lure, like I'm using the micro jigs, obviously that's my thing. I'll have one rigged up. It's almost the exact same setup. I have two this year that are similar rods, and they've got the 2500 reels, and with like the same pound test braid and everything. So if one breaks off or snags, you can keep going at it. So if like the bite's hot and you don't want to retie or you don't want to stop, it's almost like a quiver of arrows. You know what I mean? You reach back, you grab the other one, and then you just keep going at it. And then that'll hopefully buy you some time if the bite dies down, especially in winter. Right now, the bite comes and goes so fast, guys. Sometimes it'll be hot, and it legitimately will be hot for like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And you just don't know. Sometimes they feed really quick. The winter's so unpredictable. You want to be able to get on them. So efficiency. So that's one reason why I do carry so many. Just because I like to get in there quick. Donated ride my rods the kids club, dude. That's awesome. The speaking of rods, I had an interesting outing. I went out yesterday on my kayak. I went fishing, and I broke a rod. Here's the end. This was a Phoenix Bermuda. This is like a $250 rod. It was like here's the tip of it. Almost broke in the middle. I was using this it was a spinning reel rod. And what happened was I got it snagged. Snagged at the bait barge. I was out there. I think I had like a 40 gram on there, and snagged in the usual spot right there by the pipe in front of the house. Like it's no big thing. I snag lures there all the time. A lot of times I've been able to get them out. I think I had a sumo jig on there, and it was dug in pretty hard, and I was trying to pull it out. Now here's the thing. I actually have you guys want to see the video? I made a short clip for you guys, so let me run the video for you guys, and we can all laugh in person, and then we'll go over the details here. So if you want to see it again, we'll go for it again. Without further ado, you get to watch the rod break. There it goes. Wait, we got the slow-mo. There we are. Bam. Snappo. Oh, I don't know if it was where my hand was. That's what caused it. You guys want to see it? Breaks my heart. High sticking. Because my hand was on it. It hurts to watch, guys. Did I get my jig back? No, I had to break it off. And you want to know what's crazy? I couldn't even break it, guys. It was so hard to break. And here's the crazy thing. I was only using 15-pound test line. I had 15-pound braid on 15-pound leader. It was tied with an all right knot and then a uni knot down to my jig. The rod is rated for 20-pound line. I couldn't break it. The rod wouldn't break it. And I was kind of like, it must have been a bad angle. I was kind of trying to support it so it didn't bend too much, right? I didn't want it to like bend. So I thought like supporting it out, I was able to like push it up and just snapped. I don't know. How did the 20-pound braided rod breaks it with 15-pound braid? But then I had to get, I just wrapped my hand up in a towel and then wrapped the braid around my hand and then was able to snap it. I guess the only consolation I have is at least my knots are fire. Dude, those knots ain't breaking. So if you ever need confidence in your knots, all I have is an all right knot and a uni knot, and the knots held. So at least I got confidence in my knots now. But yeah, it was just surprising. It must have been the hand placement I was at. But I just wanted to share that with you guys so you can all suffer with me, laugh at me, watching me break my rod in half.
You just voided your warranty.
Did you get the jig pack? Yeah. If I'm calling you out, that's your fault. Yeah, you think it was the hand placement, just too much bending?
Maybe
Saltwater Slayer said high sticking.
Maybe you changed like the physics on it because
you're not supposed to pull from that port. Yeah, because it broke right where my hand was. Hold the rod straight up when I get snagged. High stick it, hand placement. Yeah, that must have been it. Because it broke right where my hand was. Too much stress. Vertical. User air. Come on, guys. Keep it coming. Keep kicking me when I'm down.
Was it snagged or were you on a fish?
No, it was snagged. No, it wasn't on a fish.
Oh, okay.
It was snagged up for sure. Looks like you stopped the bend on it. Quick, delete the video evidence. Nah, it's all good. So I share with you guys, right? You gotta. Nobody's perfect. I'm not a master. You gotta share the good with the bad for sure. And I like my suffering to be your guys' entertainment, right? That's the whole point. That's the YouTube world. You can't always show the hits, man. You gotta show these failures sometimes too. The only thing is, just voided your warranty, Brian. That's normal wear and tear, bro. You wanna know what's crazy? This rod was straight up like it was barely over a month old. Like it was like I've had this thing maybe I think I bought it in December 10th, so it's like it was like a month and like 15 days or something like that. So I guess I can go to Phoenix. I can do like the warranty thing. It'll still cost me like $75, which is still way less than half what the rod costs. So it's not a total loss. Pull straight without the bend in the rod. Yeah, I was trying that ground for sure. I don't know why it was like. I don't know if I'm used to like my slow pitch rods. When I'm out there and those things, they'll straight up bend. You can almost touch the end to the butt and it's no problem. That was the first time I've broken a rod ever, and I fished for a long time. That's the first time I've seen a rod break like that. Maybe giving it the gorilla press over my head wasn't the best idea. Yeah, that sucked. The worst part was it was like a boat of people behind me. They're probably laughing their ass off.
Might get you some money on America's Funniest Videos.
America's Funniest video. Yeah.
It was sea lions. Yes, it was sea lions.
Could have been the $10,000 video. Rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Yeah.
You guys cutting deep. Salty said, all in the hand placement. Next time, just point the tip of the lure and pull straight back. Yeah. And that's usually what I do when I try to break it off, Salty. For some reason, I thought I was going to get it free. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know really what I was thinking. Like, after I broke it, like, I look back at it and be like, what was I thinking? But yeah, normally like, I had to do that today. I think I lost 2 jigs where I pointed it straight up and just yanked it up, broke 2 of them off. But I don't know. I don't know if I thought it was going to come up or what. If I get snagged, I rack around, pull my hand, it hurts. Yeah. That's what that's what I had to do anyways. I put the towel around my hand, and that's a good thing. Send it back and tell them it happened when you set the hook. Yeah. Have you messed up? The only thing is, but would it still break that? But here's the thing, like the 15, I still can't get over the fact, but would it still break when if it's a 15-pound line and it's a 20-pound rod? Like, I don't know, shouldn't it still? I could not break this thing even before I put my hand in. That video is like 5 minutes long, even before that. So if I showed you guys the whole videos, maybe I'll put in my next YouTube video. I was there for like 5 minutes trying to get that thing out. I was pointing it. I was like turning it sideways. I took my kayak to the other end. I was trying to yank it out. It was just like, it just would not go, man. That line would not snap.
You must have changed the poundage on the rod by where your hand was, right? Like,
yeah,
a certain length.
Yeah, my hand placement, it changed. I think where it bent. It added like I'm sure it added a pressure point where there wasn't supposed to be one. Yeah. Live and learn, guys. Don't make my mistake. Don't gorilla press your rod over your head if you don't want it to break in half.
Fix it with Gorilla Glue.
Yoshinator warranty voided. Yeah, hide the clip. Yeah, I think it's out of the warranty anyways, like the full warranty. You can still, regardless of how it breaks, you can still pay like the 75 or whatever it is, and they'll do the warranty for you. Phoenix is pretty good. Like, even if it's accidental damage, they'll cover it if you pay. But yeah, it's not going to get 100% warranted. 10 SD, actually not enough bending, not allowing the rod to bend. That's fun stuff. It was the after effect of the tsunami, yeah.
Great, Salty. 1 month of diapers is a new rod.
There you have it, guys. Just thought that was funny. Not funny, it sucked, but at least it was entertaining for you guys. You can see what a jackass I am.
All kinds of ways, but not on video.
All kinds of ways. Slam the door, but never in a video, right? Yeah, I could have easily just not said anything. You guys would have never known. But you know what? We're real here. Bring the evidence. If anything, we use it for a learning experience, right? If it helps somebody else not break the rod, I'm more than happy to put it on there, right? Like, it is what it is. Like, you can say, hey, dude, I saw this guy put pressure on his rod one time and it just snapped in half. Don't lift it like that. Don't put your hand under it. It's all good. If somebody else keeps the rod intact, that's fine. I think I got away with one because I think I've done that to other rods before and gotten it loose. That, you know what I mean? Like, subconsciously, I don't think I would have just done that normally. I'm pretty sure I've probably done that and got it free. And that's why, like, in my mind, I was like, let's try it. Maybe just not with that type of rod. So you're welcome, guys. Take my suffering as a lesson. I can fix it. I have some crazy glue. Yeah, man. Well, then we'll go fish for some yellowtail with it. Get them landed. Yeah. Let's see. Fishing report. Yeah, so like I said, guys, we'll do a little deep dive on the fishing report here. So I've been fishing. I fished last Saturday, the 22nd. I fished yesterday off my kayak, and then I fished today on the daily double. So we've done 3 days within the last week. I know a lot of you guys are coming up. Spotty Bowl's coming up, week after next in Mission Bay. So I don't know if it's indicative of what's going to happen, but it's slowed down a lot for sure. I know you guys been out there fishing. You know, it's been rough. Last Spotty Bowl, I think, was everybody kind of killed it. If it was a tsunami or what it was, but it was a really good week of fishing. Normally winters, it's a struggle, and it's been back. It's been pretty tough. So just been catching a few fish, handful of fish. I haven't been out there. I feel like the 22nd we went out and it was a short day. We got on the water like 8, probably after 8:30. We got off at like noon. Um, Wednesday, yesterday, I got out maybe 7:30, left at 1. I guess that was kind of a long day. And then today was like a 6-hour trip. So let's see what we got here, guys. Bring up the old chart. This is what I use tides for fishing. For most of my reconnaissance or what I'm going to look at. So basically, let's look at the tides, and I want to see. Let's see how we correlate on this thing, and we'll see if there's any truth to the like the tides and temperatures and all that stuff. So on January 22nd, looks like I only caught, or so the way I got these numbers, when I take pictures on my phone, I have the picture, but I can go into the details. So these are actually the only ones that I took pictures of. So then I can find, when you go into the details, I can find the timestamp. So the timestamp tells me when it was caught, like where it was caught and stuff like that. So I had 4 pictured on January 2nd, and we launched. What was it? Like I said, I'm trying to remember. I think we launched on the. It was probably closer to 8, I would say for sure. So the first one I caught was at 8:42. Let's see here. So 8:42. That would have been probably right here. And that was illegal. That was a legal spotty. It was 14 inches. And then I got a dinker like 901, which was like right here. And then I caught like a 13 incher, not too far after, like 920. And then the next one I had a picture of was at 12:15. So that was right here. So this was the 22nd. And these were the fish we caught. So the golden rule is what, the 2 hours before. So at 11 o'clock, it was high tide. 5:15 a.m. was low tide. So at 11:09, we had one at 12:15, and then the rest were from 8:42 to about 9:20. So that was kind of the hot time. I caught a legal there. That was the 3 closest spotties that I caught. Now, a lot of this day I was fishing for halibut, and I was trolling, so I didn't, I wasn't like slamming docks and stuff like that like I normally was. I wasn't power fishing my way. But this part I was. So this part of the day, I was definitely going over the docks. I went up that little channel, Liberty Station, and I just hit docks for this whole time, and then pilings. And actually, 2 of these were caught on random pilings. You weren't even at the docks. One was at the dock, but 2 were at structure. So 4 fish, and we got off the water. Yeah, probably right about 1. So we had the kind of this dead time right here at slack tide. So I mean, that kind of, I think that one correlates right in there, right? Because that would have been 9. Yeah, right about 9, and then 11 o'clock. So that one was definitely in the golden window for sure that we talk about. And the next one, I went out the 26th on Wednesday. Oh, look at that funky ass tide. That was an interesting day for sure. So this one, let's see. I caught a sand bass, pretty big sand bass. That was at 9. Let me bring this up real quick. Bring up the grid there. So my first one was at 9:22. So that was like right hereabouts. And the second one was a sculpin at 9:45. So that's about right there. And then I didn't catch another one to like 12. I caught, this was illegal. I caught a 15-inch spotty. I went back at the docks after I kind of went deep at like 12:38. So that's right about here. So this one, I mean, not really in the golden window. I mean, 11 o'clock. These were kind of closer to 10. This one was right at 12. Maybe a little bit, but definitely closer to that slack tide for sure. This was definitely a funky tide though, but nothing in the slack there. These were definitely kind of outside the window. At this point here in the day, I went out to again, I went looking for halibut. I kind of went closer to Zuniga, and again, nothing. But earlier in the day, I did fish. I got out on the water at like 7:30, and fished the docks and really didn't find anything at this point. So it was kind of dead in this whole area. And they caught up here in the sweep. And then today we fished on the boat. This was Thursday the 27th. And this was an interesting day too. So I have this one I have both my fish and I have Jessica's fishes. And we caught them pretty similar times, to be honest with you. So we had this one, we were looking for sand bass. So we launched, the boat left at 8:30. We probably didn't get out there till like 9. Bring this up again. Sorry, guys. Bring up the grid. Just makes it easier to see. So we got left at 8:30. Then we hit the bait barge. They picked up some bait. And we were probably at our spot. We probably weren't fishing until like 9:30 at our spot. What do you think? 9? It was maybe 8:45.
9:30 because we weren't even at the bait barge till 8:45.
We weren't even at the bait barge till 8:45. So I caught my first.
Kind of late.
Well, I caught my first bass, legal bass, at 9:38. So it was like right here. And then Jessica caught a calico, like 10:17, which was like right here. And then we at 11:26 and 11:28. So this is interesting. We crushed. I think we might have caught the biggest ones there. We caught some big ass basses, and this was on the 130 gram javelin we were using, and I caught one at about 11:26, and Jessica caught one at 11. So I caught one. It's a pretty interesting story. So I caught one on the javelin, big ass hog, sand bass, and then
I think I got stuck when we traded rods, didn't we?
no, like I pulled it up, caught a legal, and then I handed it to Jessica, and I showed her how to drop it or to drop it, and then instantly she caught an even bigger sand bass. I think the biggest one on the boat. Same thing on the javelin, crushed another one. That was only 2 minutes later. So that one was just 2 minutes later. So these ones came back to back, 2 hogs from the same area, 2 keepers. So it was 11:26, 11:28, and then I caught a sculpin at like 12, maybe like 30 minutes later, on the other side of the boat. And then, well, those are the last ones we caught. Yeah, we caught some mackerels in between, but those might have been the last ones.
Well, I got that little rockfish.
Oh yeah, you caught a rockfish. When was that?
I don't know. Let me get a picture. I didn't make it in.
I feel like that was right around
12 o'clock though. 1 o'clock? 12:30?
I think it was like 12:31. Then Jessica caught like a rockfish that we had to throw back. So here's some interesting stuff. So we take the golden window, and we talk about it right the 2 hours before, but this one just breaks all that. Right here, these two definitely were. I did have one keeper, and then we had a little dink. But all the keepers, all 3 of these were keepers. 2 keeper sand bass, huge sand bass, keeper sculpin, and then a rockfish that we had to throw back. And then it was pretty dead. We had to come back at, I think we turned around at like 2:30, and there wasn't too much action going on over here. I think Cass Queen was catching some on the squid, the chopped squid, and I was just fishing mostly artificials at this point, jigging obviously. I think we got these ones on the 60 gram sumo because we were fishing like 50 feet of water, but then I actually bumped it up to 130 gram jig, and we slayed the hogs on that thing right there. That was pretty fun. So that's the fish report, guys. It was pretty slow. I mean, what was the average? Like 3 to 4 fish a trip on the last 3 trips. Pretty good long size trips too. I'd say at least 5-6 hours. So just giving you guys the report. It's tough out there, but you can definitely get them. Just stay consistent. Keep at it. It is slow. Winter's coming for sure. It's already here, and it's been tough. Hopefully it'll turn around for you guys for Spotty Bowl. I won't be here. I'll be in Florida. Hopefully doing some fishing out there. Hopefully the fishing is better in Florida. So yeah, just relaying. Don't shoot the messenger if you guys go out there and skunk. I know we've been having some skunks going on here lately, guys. So just stay with it. It's okay. It's winter. Don't get discouraged. The fish are there. It's slow eating, and just stick with it. So just letting you guys know, I'm not out there slaying. I'm struggling too. Just getting a few fish, handful of fish. Although I am looking for different stuff, so I'm not just like pounding for spotties. But it's not easy out there. is not easy out there for sure. And I think we're going out Saturday, so that'll be a fourth, probably fourth day this week. And I think some of you guys are going to go pre-fish Mission Bay. And interesting, we had a what was it? We had a conversation with Aaron Kruger about pre-fishing. And what do you guys think about pre-fish fishing? He was saying that it was kind of interesting, but he didn't think the pre-fish was important or that it really means anything. And I've done a lot of pre-fishing, and it's hard to say because I don't know if it's correlated to really catching fish. I don't think tournament days that I've pre-fished that I've done necessarily well or so much better like before. I think he was making a point that in freshwater fishing, if you're bass fishing, is where the pre-fish came in. He was saying something like in the lakes that they kind of stay in areas and they don't really move around. They're kind of territorial, but where the spotties and saltwater fish tend to move. And he was saying that the pre-fish, he didn't think was really that important, that there's areas that we know they live. I think pre-fish is important if you don't know where the fish are, but I don't know if it's indicative of like, hey, you go catch two legals here that they're going to be there next week. Because a lot of times the guys pre-fish a week before. Dude, a lot changes in a week. And I totally agree with that. But I think spotties tend to have areas where like they do congregate, right? Like there's places I find legals and I constantly find legals. I find legals here once, I'll find legals there again. That is one thing that I have found. But I don't think just finding them there is going to guarantee you that they're going to be there next time. You know what I mean? Pre-fish in the sense that you need to know areas that produce. But yeah, it's hard to say what area is going to be hot. And it was just an interesting talk we had in pre-fish. So interested to see what you guys have on that thing, because I know a lot of you guys are probably going to go pre-fish Mission Bay. So it's good stuff. Fernando C, what's going on, man? Glad you can join us. Looking to give the slow pitch a try this season. What kind of deals should I be looking at for the upcoming shows? We'll have to come up with some, man. We'll do some other raffles or something. Maybe if we hit that 1,000 sub mark.
Or maybe Macy's gonna go to like a fishing show, like the Fred Hall or something.
Oh, what kind of deals should I be looking at for the upcoming? Oh, are you going to like? Oh, are you talking like Fred Hall shows and stuff like that? Yeah, it depends what you're looking for, what kind of jigs you want. We got a bunch coming for hopefully in the next few months, guys. We got Tuna Jigs coming. We've got awesome ones. We got long like knife style jigs, and then we've got a different one of like another variation of kind of the teardrop with some ribs in the middle. It's pretty good, but we're getting 400 to 600 gram jigs. Big old beast, dude, for those bluefin. So bluefin and big yellowfin. So look out for those. And then the 60, then we got the 130s and 220s for sure. I don't know about deals though. Yeah, I don't know what kind of deals they're gonna have. It just all depends what you want to get, what kind of size you want. Worf TV, oos, welcome, Coach Worf in the house. What's going on? You guys check him out, Worf TV on YouTube. He's always out there supporting us, guys, making us hot dogs after those cold long sections. Let's see what Worf says. Pre-fish if you want to, but things really do change day to day sometimes. Yeah, it's true. Man, I've crushed it on pre-fish and then gone out and just don't find them there at all. It's hard to say. I think maybe if you pre-fish like the day before, if it's a similar tide, maybe you get lucky. I mean, I still do it. I don't know. Maybe it just helps me familiarize myself with the place, but I haven't found it's really been indicative of success for the following day for sure, to be honest with you. Slow down and downsize, unicorn theory. That's good advice, man. Microwave investing. Ooh, still working on my other devices, but I'm here. We can start now. What's going on, dude? Glad you can join us. Let's see, Peter 86 says he's going to pre-fish Mission Bay because I like fishing Mission Bay better than ST Bay. Hey, man, there's a couple psychos in every group, I guess. You and Brian, the masochists that love Mission Bay. There's a lot of people that love Mission Bay. Mission Bay's okay. It's rough, man. I know a lot of these dudes that like they went out and crushed it, for Spotty Bowl in San Diego Bay, and I think a lot of them are going to get a rude awakening when they fish Mission Bay this week or next week. It's not forgiving, man, especially in the winter. It's rough. It's brutal. I think we're going to see some skunk action going on there. Mission Bay is no joke. You got to really know that place. If you haven't, that is one place I would definitely go fish. If you guys haven't fished Mission Bay, I would definitely go check it out. It's so weird. It's like so shallow. And then it gets deep. Quivera's got deep areas, and then it gets super shallow. You go to the back end. You're fishing like less than 10 feet of water in some places. It's crazy. If you haven't been, go check it out for sure. What's going on, Dave Rage? Welcome to the show. Glad you could join us. That's right, man. Get on them about those likes. People, I can't see the likes. I don't know how many I have or don't have, but 25 likes, 32 views. Let's go, guys. Get on that like trade. No, it's cool. The likes do help, guys. I do appreciate it, but it's good stuff.
Fernando wants to know brands.
Thanks for looking out, though. What's that?
Fernando wants to know brands for reels and rods and stuff.
I don't know slow pitch at all. Brand reels. Pretty much anybody makes a slow pitch rod, Fernando. These days, I use the Phoenix Titans. Those are probably the ones that I fished with you those are the ones that I used when we went fishing. When I was slaying them on the slow pitch this year was the Phoenix Titan. They've got a whole array of rods on the Phoenix end, but pretty much anybody's making them now. I know Penn's got one. They're a little cheaper. The Phoenix ones are expensive. So if you want a little cheap one, I think Dario uses some of the Penn ones, and they're supposed to be pretty good. From what I hear, if you don't want to invest them all. Reels, you can either do like the Penn Fathom are pretty popular, like the 8NX, like the super narrow, little small one is awesome, and you can get the 15NX 2-speed if you're going that's the extra narrow 2-speed if you're doing like rockfish or you're getting those big beast tunas. That might be good to have when you're reeling in, because the rod, it's not like a broomstick rod. You don't get that same power, when you're fighting a big fish. You don't really have like that lift and bend them down. That rod stays bent the whole time. So it's good to have a powerful reel, and even a 2-speed reel sometimes, because you, like I said, you can't rely on the rod so much for the fight like you can with some of those big tuna rods. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'd say like a conventional reel is good if you're comfortable with them. Even a big bait caster will work. Like a Tranks 500. I use a Komodo 400, and then I got one of the Penn Fathom low profile reels. Those work too. Just get like a 3 or 400. Pretty much anything, man. The Avits, any like smaller profile conventional, I think is good for sure. Dumb question. Can you catch a yellowtail with a slow pitch? Scooby-Doo 20. You can catch anything with a slow pitch. Yeah, you can catch yellowtail on those. Yellowtail, yellowfin, dude, rockfish, bonito, they'll all eat it. It's pretty cool. It's fun. Spotties, sand bass. I've slow pitched everything last year, and I got everything from tuna to bonito, huge rockfish, like monster rockfish, spotted bay bass, calicos. I get on them. Yeah, yellowtail for sure. They'll eat them. That's not a dumb question. It's a good question because you don't know. But I honestly, I don't think there's any fish that won't need a slow pitch. To be honest with you, not that I've seen in the ocean fishing, anyways. Just any small ones like obviously like a whitefish won't, or a rat, like something that's got the. I've even heard of sheephead eating a slow pitch. I haven't done it. I have not cut a sheephead on slow pitch, but I've seen it done. I've seen pictures, and I've heard of people doing it. So even a sheephead will do it. But the smaller wrasse, that eat like a little cut bait, they're not going to get it. Their mouth's not big enough, and I don't think they're that predatory. But any predatory fish, they'll come up and get it for sure. The one thing I love about it too is you can, like, I have the same setup and like a 100 gram to like 250 gram rod. If you put a clip on it, changing the jig, you can fish the same. Like, you can put a different jig on, or even the same jig in a lot of cases, and just send it to the bottom, and you can fish rockfish. And if the tuna are in the zone, you just jig it up and work it through the zone where the tuna are. And it's the same rod, a lot of times the same lures, or you just switch the lure, but the exact same setup can catch completely different fish. Just depends where you fish it and how you fish it. And I think that's cool. It's one of the things I love about slow pitch. Or I guarantee you I can catch a yellowfin, and then if they go over some rockfish with the exact same setup, I can just dump it on the bottom, work it on the bottom, and then you're going to get rockfish almost with the same change your style a little bit, but with the same rod, same bait, and everything. And you can't do that with a lot of jigs, right? Normally, you're changing the hooks, or not jigs, but just setups. You're changing your rod, you're changing the hooks. Oh, this hook's too big for this fish. You got to do this one, and you got to put a dropper loop on for the rockfish, and then free rig, dude. Slow pitch is awesome. Pretty much anywhere in the water column, you can catch any fish, and that's one thing I absolutely love about it. It's just so versatile. It's the way you fish it and the way you work it, gets you bit. So I think that's great. Jessica killed it. It was cool watching her. She got her first slow pitch jig. She sent it down. She hit the bottom, and I'm like, pump it. And it was like her second bounce, and just the rod went over. And like she had that sand bass fight, they keep wanting to go down in the bottom. It was cool. I think it was her first. Was that your first one?
Yeah.
First slow pitch fish.
Mm-hmm.
Big old fat sand bass. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was bigger than yours.
It was bigger than mine. It was a true slow pitch too, where she sent it down, the big fat 130-gram jig, and was working it, popping it up, and it was like that third bounce just came up and crushed it. So cool.
Or TV says Mission Bay is easy, just that one ledge.
I only like people watching Mission Bay. Fishing is way too difficult in the winter. Not if your coach were, then it's easy. Just fish that one ledge over their points. Yeah, coach is one of those psychos that he's all about the Mission Bay fishing. It's easy. It is not easy. Unless you find the one ledge so if you guys you pay off coach, he'll tell you where the ledge is. Off the points. That's funny, man. Daiwa Harrier, that's a good one. Oh, Cape Gog, he's got all the suggestions. Major Crafts, Solpara. My primary focus will be rockfish from when we anchor on. Thank you. Yeah, dude, try Phoenix makes a long fall rod, which is it's one of their Titan rods. It's a little different than a slow pitch. It's still in the same category, but it's longer, and it's made when you slow pitch, you want to reel when you're going, but the long fall rod, it's actually made to lift without having to reel. So when you want to just stay in one area and jig it without having to reel it up, the long fall rod's where it's at. I bought one of those. That's what Jessica got bit with. And so it's a little stiffer and a little longer, so you can really lift it, pitch it, and it'll go down without having to crank at all. So look into that. Good stuff. So I like how versatile. I like the versatility. I like how versatile the style of fishing is. Yeah, I do too, dude. I love it. Jesse Oos, what's going on, man? Glad you can join us. Mission Bay has her moods, but she's not fat enough to have that much ground that you need to know. Yeah. I got like a few places, and if they don't produce, I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble. That's my Mission Bay experience, man. I get a few kind of go-tos where I get some fatties, but if they're not putting them out, I'm like, I start sweating it for sure because I don't know that much. Definitely. Awesome, guys. If you have any more questions, let me know. If not, we'll wrap it up. Glad you guys can join us. Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully the fishing reports were helpful. I don't think I have anything else on the agenda. I'm going out. I think a lot of the guys are going out fishing San Diego Bay. I think they're going to go hit Zuniga. Maybe looking for halibut. They're going to do the bait barge a little bit. Steve Mendoza, my favorite slow pitch jig reel. I think the Penn Fathoms. Penn Fathoms is my favorite. I use the Penn 8 Fathom extra narrow, and then the 15 extra narrow 2-speed. And that's my favorite when I'm going deeper. I need something big. So those are kind of my go-to. Yeah, good stuff, guys. So I forgot my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was wrapping it up. But some people are fishing out this weekend. I know they're going out of San Diego Bay. I think hitting the bait barge, and then probably Zuniga. And then a lot of guys are fishing Mission Bay to do the pre-fish for Spotty Bull. I'm not going to be here next week, Thursday. So I think I either don't do a show or I do a show Tuesday. So you guys let me know. If you want to break from the show, we can do that. If not, more than happy to do it Tuesday too. I'll get something together. So let me know if we want a show. We'll do the show Tuesday because then I'll be out of town in Florida for a week. and then I'll be back that Wednesday. But then I'll do a show the following Thursday. So if we want a show, let me know. Maybe I'll do a poll on Instagram. We can do that Tuesday, and that'd be pretty cool. Just a little earlier. And where am I gonna fish Saturday? I haven't decided yet. I probably San Diego Bay. I might go with you guys out to a secret spot, get a halibut. I've been looking for them the last couple of days this week. Just haven't had any luck. Got to get on them. Got to hit them hard. Show from Florida. Yeah, I was talking about that, but I don't know if I'll have the internet. I guess maybe I can do it on my phone. When do we land? Wednesday?
6 p.m. Wednesday.
I land 6 p.m. Wednesday. I might have Thursday available.
Thursday we're going to dinner at 7, but that's East Coast time.
Oh, yeah, we're going to dinner. Oh, dude, hell no, Florida. That's like 10 p.m. I'll be in bed by then. Hell no, Salty. Figured out the time difference. I'm already flaming out as it is. Falling asleep here doing this stream. 10 o'clock.
It'll only be 7 o'clock for you.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it will only be 7 o'clock for me. I'll probably be up all night. We maybe Thursday. We'll see. Thursday might be an option. I'll see if I can get. I'll have to look into it, the logistics and stuff like that. If I've got good enough internet, there's a couple things I got to work out. I'm not really sure if that can work, but I guess I'm open to it too.
Somebody asked the difference between Travala and the grappler.
Oh, I'm not. I don't know.
Okay,
Can that Florida property? Yeah, dude, for sure. Cave Dog, it is. It's gonna be on Airbnb for sure. If you guys want to go out there, or if anybody wants to go, let me know if you're ever out in Florida. It's right there, dude. It's surrounded by great fishing and saltwater in San Augustine. It's a cool place. Hell of a place to fish, dude. 100 subs. Yeah, you need 1,000 subs to stream from the phone. Yeah, that's one of the things. I do have like my Surface. I do everything on my tablet, my Surface tablet, and I will bring that. So I could stream from there, but then I need internet. That's the only thing. I'm gonna need like Wi-Fi or see if it's good enough. But yeah, that's one of the downsides about not having the 1,000 subs is they're limited to, like, I can't do it on my phone and stuff like that, which kind of sucks. I could do an Instagram, yeah. Bosco 2 is a good boat. I haven't been on that one, but I have heard good things about that.
Somebody asked
for sure.
Fish from Oceanside.
What's that?
Somebody asked if you've done any sport fishing from Oceanside.
Who was asking that? Have I done any sport fishing from Oceanside? Yeah, I've gone out of Hellgrins. I've gone out of Israel. Actually, quite a bit. Not recently. I feel like I used to. A lot more in years past. I did. I haven't been on the Chabasco. What was that one we went on? I've been on the Hellgrins, the Alexa, or the Electras from. Yeah, I think that's the one that got tagged. I've been on that one a few times. Then we went on another one, which wasn't Hellgrins. It was another Sea Star or something like that, where they switched places. But I've been on that one. It was pretty cool too.
I remember, but I don't remember the details.
Yeah, I don't really remember the details. We'll get to 1,000 soon enough. Yeah, the growth has been pretty good. So I do definitely thank all you guys. What do we got? We just had the 500 sub, right? Mm-hmm. And now I got like 670. So we're creeping up, dude. It's just been a couple weeks. So it's moving, man. So thank you for all the subs, guys. If you do sub, that's awesome. But
Jesse's here.
Yeah. All right, good stuff, guys. Thank you for joining. If you guys want to support the stream, you go to submissionfishing.com. We got hats, we got shirts. More importantly, we got the jigs. Slow Death jigs. If you guys want to go to Instagram, we got some pictures. We slayed them on them today. Again, people blowing people out of the water. They're like fishing the live bait and you're pulling them off with these metal jigs, and everybody's like, hey, what's going on? Getting the word out on those things. Sold out of some of the colors already on the small ones. The big ones we do have, though. So if you're doing boats and stuff like that, the 130s, the 220s, and the 60s, that's primarily what we use today. And they all worked, man. And we were crushing the fatties on those things. So go check it out. And thanks for everybody that liking and subscribed. I really appreciate it. And more than anything, we'll see you guys on the water. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being cool in the chat and helping everybody out. I know tons of people fishing out there today, so hopefully you guys get on it if you watch the replay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, guys. Oos.